Good morning, everyone. Today is May the 6th, 2021. This is StockCast, your pre-market show. My name is James Mason. With me is Todd Derby. Todd, how are you doing this morning?
I am doing well. Good morning to you and all everyone's listening. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. That helps us build our audience and get some more information and news out there.
Yep. So, Todd, we had May the 4th, where everybody says the stupid little saying, May the 4th be with you. Then we had May 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo. And I'm going to declare this one May the 6th. May the 6 cents be with you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Good.
So,
All right. Anything else?
Yeah. So hopefully. All right. So that was stupid. All right. Man, another day of no news pre-market.
Not much out there.
Yeah.
Skinny pickings.
Everything's spiking up off of petty news because there's not much, and then fading away into the sunset. But let's just go ahead and get into it. So currently pre-market, the Dow futures are up 39 points, S&P 500 down half of a point. It's going to be a choppy day. It's probably going to suck overall if you're trying to day trade. So I definitely won't be trying to day trade today. I have a couple swing trades going on that I will just manage. But other than that, I will show you one to watch for in the future. And definitely don't chase it today. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is ticker MITO. All right, so just a quick update on short interest. 106,000 shares being shorted, virtually nothing. The shares outstanding, 55.6 million. The float, 15.6 million. So that's within reason. That's okay. And let's see, just looking at the news. There's some news about them showcasing some data that they have. So they do have it's looking like they have a pending catalyst in the pipeline here. So we have something to look at and work for or look forward to in the future. And let's just take a look. So here we are in the 5-minute chart. We can see we took this pre-market run up here, hit a pre-market high of $2.50. So we'll be looking for that break above $2.51 on the next go around. Now, currently sitting at 189. What I kind of expect to happen is it will probably bounce here and maybe go up and test 250 again, somewhere in there. Let me throw up my lines real quick. Okay. So we may bounce, come up here and test this 250 range again, but I wouldn't get serious trying to chase this long today, just because when you look at it on the daily chart, here we were yesterday, and like we had talked about over the last few days of something gapping up and it just being practical for it to justify like how much it has gapped up. Here's that pre-market high. Here's yesterday. It's just way too significant of a gap up to try to chase it now. So it gapped up. It's already selling off, and it will probably bounce around again in this range again. Like I was just saying, like it might go up and test 250, but I can't foresee it breaking above 250 and running. Today, it's going to print a red candle, and then the following days, it's going to probably keep printing red. Come back down here on the daily chart, consolidate somewhere, and then slowly chop its way up. Maybe get rejected around the $2 range in the future and then pull back, and then so on until this catalyst starts lining up to release itself. Now, once that is all said and done and happens, what I would look for, and I'm going to draw another line here, is looking for the breakout above this other high. So we'll just put it at to 260. And we'll change that color to blue. So we can see if we waited until 260 in the future, we can see the potential of this strong breakout. Now, I'll draw another trend line for y'all. Now, if we break above 260, we will have our first resistance right around 296, which if we break above 260, we should break through that 296 rather easy. And then if we break above 335 after that, which will probably be fairly easy as well, then we have the potential to come up here and test these highs right here at 502. So 502 would be my target price later in the future if we broke above 260. So again, looking at this on a daily chart, this little dash line is where we're at currently. And again, I do expect this to chop around and then just bleed off the rest of the day and in the days to come. So I wouldn't catch FOMO right now and really chase this. Literally, that news is just saying that they're showcasing some information, not releasing it yet. So we need to find out a general time frame, at least like what quarter they could potentially be releasing that news in. And within that quarter, that's when I would probably start scaling into this trade. Either that or at that break above 260. But you can see it plain as day. That breakout above 260 should give this a good chance to make a strong push up to my target price at 502, which will be the high right here, and literally the start of that gap down, or where it opened back up at after that gap down. And that is ticker MITO.
Good review. Good review. Thanks. Couple tickers in the comment section. Someone's asking about MRKR.
MRKR. Let's see. MRKR, last update on the short interest. We'll round it up to 3.3 million shares being shorted, 9% of the float, days to cover, 1 full day. Shares outstanding, 83 million shares outstanding. The float, 36.5 million shares. And just skimming the news real quick. Okay, so I'm at least seeing one catalyst off the top, but I don't know anything about it, to be honest. Have to look into this one later. So at least we have one catalyst in their pipeline. So let's just go ahead and break this chart down really quick. And then we look at the 5-minute chart real fast. Okay, so pretty much no volume pre-market. All right. Let me throw my 9 EMA back up. All right, so we can see this push up. The 9 EMA is coming up to that resistance right at 249. So that is actually where we want to see that the physical 9 EMA, not the candlesticks. We want to see that physical non-EMA actually cross above 249, we should probably see it go up to 283 rather quickly, which that's not far off. That would be super easy to do. And if we can break above 283, potentially come up here and test 344 again. But since we don't actually have that catalyst anytime in the works, this is probably going to get rejected in this range and then pull back and come back down here. I say around that $2 range, maybe a little lower, and kind of settle down. And once that catalyst starts coming into play, then it'll be that next breakout that should break above all of this on up beyond 344. Potentially, I'm going to have to say a range, target price range would be between 526 to about 628. So you can see that channel right there. So hold on a second. All right. So again, I mean, if we kind of just zoom out just slightly, this is somewhat of a crappy cup and handle setting up. So this will, again, this probably just come up here, test this range, get rejected since that catalyst isn't doing nothing yet. It's not released, and then sell off, come back down here. And then once it starts going sideways for a while, that's what we'd like to see. And hopefully this will be taking place during the time that they do push that catalyst, because that is when we will actually take that strong push and come up and test these ranges. So really, if I was going to nail this one for a shorter term trade, I'd have to wait to see that physical non-EMA cross above 249, and that current value on the daily chart is 245. So if it had a strong bullish day today, that would probably put it above that range. And then just ride that momentum up between that 283 and 344 range, because it will probably get rejected again, pull back. Hopefully it will pull back down to around the low twos, maybe under twos, go sideways for a while. And once it sets up, like after a sell-off going sideways for a while, around 2 or lower, that's when I would slowly just start accumulating some shares. And then let that catalyst come through and do its thing. So that's what I see for ticker MRKR. Nothing too exciting with that one.
No, it sounds like we're basically, these bio stocks, you're always waiting for a catalyst to be.
That's really the only way to trade them.
Yeah. If you also have to know the catalyst, and you have to understand the science too. Sometimes the way the PRs are written, it's they sound great to a layman, but then the people who really knows, who's in the know, are like, this is nothing, it's bullshit. Or
yeah.
Whoops.
All right, let's take a look at ticker GT. Let me turn these arrows off. All right, ticker GT. So Surfing Dragon, is there like a particular reason why you want us to take a look at this one? And while you write that out, I will update everybody on the fundamentals. So last update, short interest, 13.5 million shares being shorted, almost 6% of the float, days of the cover, almost 3 days. Share structure, shares outstanding. We'll round this one up as well. 235 million shares outstanding. The float, 234 million shares. So we're a little bulky there. And looking at the news, there's a ton of headlines. It took me a while to go through that to find any catalyst. It'd be kind of hard to really have a catalyst for Goodyear tire, though. All right, so looking at this daily chart right here. We'll start at the 5 minute real quick. See what a pre-market high we have. 1951. All right. So we went ahead and drew that pre-market high right there. And now we're just going to kind of work our way through this chart and draw the rest of the support and resistance lines. Okay. All right. So what we would need to look for here, and they just came off of earnings, and it looks like they had a pretty nice beat. What we need to look for here is breaking this high, and we would need to actually need it to stick. So pre-market, we did hit that high of 1951. So we'll need to see this thing actually break above 1952. It literally could potentially just like do it like any moment now as I'm speaking. Now it's not nothing to get FOMO over because this thing don't move too much, but we need to see it get above 1952 again. That is the range for a breakout, and its next target would be right around 2143. So right in here. I'll change this line to change that line to orange. Actually, let's change a different color. I'll change it to blue, make it easier to see. All right. So its next target would be right there at 2143, and you can see 2143 is kind of where it starts chopping around back in this time frame. Again, there's not really too much to pick off here, so you just have to kind of take what you can get. There's a lot of shares on the market for this one.
Yeah, I think that's actually a dividend stock that people do well with. I think if you're looking to trade that, I don't think it's a day trade.
Yeah, it's going to be a slower grind for a swing trade, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Ryan Stahl is saying that Kramer's assessed with GT right now. Surf the Dragon saying that they just had a merger approved. And again, that merger could play a more significant role and actually be a catalyst. But they, like I was saying in the beginning, there's just so much news, it would take forever to dig through it. But that is ticker GT. Honestly, these are the ones that I don't care to play at all. They're too boring. They're boring because there's not a lot to really pick up on it. So, Todd, do we have anything else? Let's see.
No, I don't see anything else on the market. I don't see anything else on my scanners here. It jumps off the page.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm just looking through some scanners really quick. Yeah, even to the short side, there's not really anything. There's a few tickers that would have had nice short setups, but they were literally pops and drops. I mean, it happened so quickly that you would have been sitting on top of it to make something out of it.
Yeah. But, I always appreciate when we give great information, and like Johnny Walker comes in here and buys us coffee. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Jonathan.
We appreciate it.
Johnny Walker in the house.
Yep. All right, everyone. So little boring show today, but I mean, it's dependent on the market. So I'm honestly going to just try to avoid the market today. It's just not worth it to me to chase nothing out there, to chase ghosts, since it's May the 6th. May the 6th be with you. But yeah. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and end it right there. We appreciate y'all tuning in today, even though we were running a little late since I actually slept in and decided to play with my daughter really quick. But I can cover that up with a good excuse of there wasn't enough news. All right, guys. So thank y'all for tuning in and watching us, and we will catch y'all tomorrow.